Veterans make up almost 10% of the population of the Granite State. Right now, many veterans of the global war on terror are now raising families, they're running businesses. Some continue even to serve at this point. Congressman Pappas, can you tell us about a veteran or active service member you know who has served in the past 20 years and what they've told you about how their support system needs to be improved?
Well, this is absolutely critical for New Hampshire. I chair the Oversight Investigation Subcommittee for the House Veterans Affairs Committee, and our commitment to those who have worn the uniform of this country must be ironclad. Now, I've met with veterans of all different generations, was meeting with a group just at the Sweeney Post in Manchester talking about the PACT Act legislation that we recently passed. This is going to be a game changer, taking the burden off the shoulders of those that have been exposed to toxic substances in burn pits, making sure that they get access to the care and benefits that they deserved. It passed in a bipartisan way, as it should be when it comes to our veterans. We have a lot of work to do to make sure that we're looking out for all of our vets. I was with a veteran, Josh, in Portsmouth not too long ago, talking with him about his experiences. He's a post 9/11 vet. His experience is a lot different from some of our older veterans in New Hampshire. We have to make sure that we're growing the amount of community care providers in New Hampshire. I've worked on that issue. I fought efforts to close our community-based outpatient clinics in places like Portsmouth and Somersworth and Conway, successfully stopping those efforts because we need more care opportunities, more providers for our veterans, and I'll continue to work on that commitment.
It's time.
And Ms. Levitt, can you tell us about a veteran or active service member who served in the last 20 years and what they say needs to improve?
Yes, please, because this is one of the most humbling parts of campaigning over the past 2 years has been reaching out to our veterans and hearing their stories. A few weeks ago, I was in Conway touring a business, actually after our first debate, and I ran into a veteran in a coffee shop who told me that our veterans, especially in the North Country, are really struggling due to the lack of access to care. We don't have a full-service VA in this state. That's a major problem that I will seek to address to ensure that every veteran is not having to go down to Boston to receive the care that they need and deserve. I also spoke to a veteran just yesterday who was telling me that after serving for 30 years in our United States military, he cannot afford his bills, and he is going on a payment plan to fill up his home heating oil tank this winter. That's tragic and sad. And again, it's a direct result of the policies that my opponent has supported. Our veterans deserve a stable economy. They deserve to receive the benefits that they worked so hard for. My opponent sits on the Veterans Affairs Committee, and the truth is our veterans are struggling today more than they were 2 years ago when he was elected to office.
Well, that's just not true at all. And I've actually worked in a nonpartisan way with Republicans across the aisle to deliver care and services to our veterans. I fought the closure of the Conway CBOC successfully, working with Republicans across the aisle. I've worked to expand care opportunities, and on a very individual basis, we work with veterans who aren't getting what they need out of VA. You know, we see a veteran population that experiences suicide. 20 veterans and service members a day die by suicide in this country. We have to work to continue to bring community partners into VA to destigmatize mental health, make sure that we're giving everything we possibly can to our veterans who have signed up to give everything up to and including their lives for this country.
Ms. Levitt, we'll give you 15 seconds.
Sure. Well, again, over the past 2 years, you've supported policies that have hurt our veterans, have restricted their access to care, and have made their lives more unaffordable. The $5.5 trillion in new spending, and the veteran I talked to yesterday, I will name him, who's now on a payment plan to fill up his home heating oil tank this winter. He served our country honorably, and he should be able to live in a country where he can heat his home and is not choosing between heating and eating.
The fact is we've got support for veterans like that. They should reach out to our office. We're happy to assist them.